10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Here we give you the real news, not the fake news like the other channels. And we'll post news that the other media just doesn't show you.
Oh, hi. Good morning. Well, it started off really good. I hit the live button and it just crashed and said, "Oh, there seems to be a problem." Come back and it was already live and I'm like, "Oh no." I had to hit the intro button. Oh, hope everybody's doing good. Monday morning, the start of the week again. The end of the month at that. So, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff here. Anyways, we got, let's see, from the top, we got Pat's in here. We got B Charming Lake, Dana B, Hardknack Farms, B Mitch, Mad Elf, and I think that's, oh, Dig Deeper Ministries in here too. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh boy. And okay, who's on, which cat's on my lap? See who can guess the cat that's on my lap. He's snoring at the moment too. Hey, Tiger 69. We got Jennifer in here. Oh boy. Crafty Corner 6. Good morning. Good morning. A white one. That's a good guess. Blue? No. No. If it's blue, he usually goes up here. And it is Rugnut. He said, "I was sleeping." Okay. One of the first things I wanted to go over is a good friend of mine. Let's go ahead and make that bigger here. This one. There we go. Let's go ahead and make that bigger, and let's go ahead and watch the Google it.
What is one of the most dangerous phrases of our time that every single one of us has used? Google it. No, really, that's the phrase, Google it. If you're old enough to remember life before Google, you can recall a time where free thinking allowed us to have different ideas and opinions that were not created for us like they are now. If you understand how Google works, you'll understand why this phrase is so dangerous. Most Americans utilize Google as their default search engine, and it's the world's most visited website and currently holds 92% of search engine market share. You probably also use Google Maps, Gmail, YouTube, Google Docs, Chrome, Google Home, Google News, and your kids probably don't even have textbooks anymore because they use Chromebooks, also a Google product. Did you know that Google also owns Android, Nest, Waze, and Fitbit, among many others? At what point is it too much? Are we allowing Google to control the narrative of what we perceive as reality? Google has full control of what articles or data first appears when you utilize their search feature. If Google doesn't want you to see something, that's their choice. But should it be? If you own a business and you want visibility to the world, You need to ensure that you use Google Business, your Google reviews are good, and you use the right Google recommended keywords. And if you really want to stand out, you have to pay Google to put you at the top of the search results. We learned in August of 2019 via a leak of 950 pages of documents from a senior Google engineer that Google had a blacklist of terms they used to censor conservative websites prior to the 2020 election. Why haven't you seen this leak? Because you can't Google it. Last week, a Fifth Circuit Court upheld a law in Texas that prohibits big tech platforms from moderating content based on basis of viewpoint. The overall basis of big tech's argument is that HB 20 violates their First Amendment constitutional rights to decide what content they do and do not allow on their platforms based on what they see fit. The court's decision reads, "Today we reject the idea that corporations have a freewheeling First Amendment right to censor what people say." Do you see the issue here? Are the First Amendment rights of big tech more important than the rights of the people? Are these big tech companies private companies? Or is the influence they have on everything in our society, along with government involvement in their platforms, a major concern when it comes to the constitutional rights of the people? Of course, industry groups NetChoice and CCIA are continuing to appeal and push back. You can imagine they won't go down without a fight. Now, consider the world you know and the world you don't. How much control does Google have on what you believe, what you do, and what you feel? I think it's safe to say that our world, as we know it, has become written for us. As you go about your day, think about how many times you say, Google it, or how many times you take the action of Googling it. What's the alternative? How will you go about finding the information they've blacklisted from you? Thanks for listening, and Godspeed.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Go through a day without Google being involved in it, especially nowadays. Everything's so focused on it. One thing I did come by, let me see if I can find it here. If you haven't noticed, Google does when you search for something, Google does have AI now. They've had it for a while, but let me see if I can find it here. AI's, and hopefully don't get in trouble because I'm on their Google's platform here. Let me go and switch. I don't know why it keeps going back. There we go. Now I asked a question, and this has changed in the last week, by the way. Tell me about the assassination attempt on Trump. And this is the reply we get now. It says, "I can't help with that right now." Oops, forgot to turn that off. It says, I can't help right now. I'm trained to be as accurate as possible, but I can make mistakes sometimes. Why I work on perfecting, which is weird upon itself, while I work on perfecting how I discuss elections and politics, you can try Google search. Now, this actually used to say something else, and it's been removed. It used to say something about the information. They're withholding information, so I can't come up with an accurate assumption of things that happened, and saying that by the look of things, there's more than one person involved, and this is AI talking, and it's been removed from this AI bot. So that phrase that tell me about the assassination attempt on Trump has been redone. So it's kind of interesting. because I've been playing with the AI and asking it, certain questions about things nowadays that are going on, and yeah, very, very, very interesting stuff. And like I said, AI is right up there at the top of the page. You ask it a question, you Google it and ask a question. 99% of the time, at the very top, it's AI that's giving you the answer or its interpretation of the answer. And a lot of times, that's really bad, especially say you ask it a question about the Bible or God or something like this. It's its own interpretation of that. So there's going to be a lot of people that will interpret things wrongly because of an AI trying to tell you about the Bible or something like that. It's scary. um okay. And let me go ahead and pop this in here real quick. There you go. Oops.
Reports that say that you have the lowest approval rating of any vice president.
Well, there are polls that also say I have great approval ratings.
Swing voters don't like Harris. How big a drag is Kamala Harris on the ticket?
She's a pretty big drag. I think she was arguably Biden's worst political decision.
They don't like her. There's lots of reasons they don't like her.
Kamala Harris's approval rating is now at 28%, which is an historic low for any modern vice president.
We're hearing it from mainstream media, one outlet after another, one leak after another. That Kamala Harris is the worst vice president ever, the worst politician ever.
We don't see the vice president. What people are saying to me, and I'm sure they're saying it to you, where's the vice president? Some White House officials are feeling that she came off looking unprepared for inevitable questions about when she might visit the southern border.
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
The point that Lester Holt was making was obvious to anyone else who was watching this interview, which is that the issues at the border are inextricably linked with the portfolio that she's been given.
The border is secure. We have a secure border.
Bidenomics is working. Prices have gone up. And families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up.
He picked Kamala Harris to be his running mate. She was ranked and is ranked as the most liberal senator in the United States Senate. So he could have gone the other way, but he went to the left.
Joe Biden is running for re-election, and I will be his ticket mate. Full stop. Full stop. Sit.
Yeah. Now I kind of figured I found something out. You can tell when she's lying. She smiles. If you notice when somebody asks her a question and she's trying to think of a lie for it, she got that donkey smile. I don't know what kind of smile it is, but try not to make fun of her. But yeah. Oh boy, could you imagine 4 years of her as president? Ooh boy. And I'm going to go ahead and skip over here a little bit. Now, there's been talk that Harris is, putting out really big numbers and everything. She's above Trump and everything. Her her rallies are double what Trump's are and everything like that. So I went looking, for her rallies and everything. I did find one. It's I mean, a lot of people there. Here you go.
Harris, 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 Harris. Y'all ready to get this party started?
That's a packed bingo hall. She really puts them out there, doesn't she? With that being said, yeah, let's show what the outside of a Trump rally looks like. This is just the outside, mind you. Here's the outside of a Trump rally. Yeah.
I don't know. Tom, you better bring this home.
And that's the outside. Now, what does a Trump rally look like heading toward the Trump rally? Let's go ahead and take a look at that, shall we? This is what a Trump rally looks like when you're headed to the Trump rally. This is on the way. And this is miles like this that that you see. Now, how is Harris ahead in the polls? And this is a state that they don't Republicans don't control. They don't control this state, Minnesota. They've never won it in like 52 years or something like that. Again, how is Harris ahead of Trump in the polls? It's an interesting one. And I have a sneaking suspicion I know why Trump is actually ahead of Harris. Just one little thing here. Go ahead and pop that up there.
Still need help from the boss. We need help from the boss. That's what happened. We need help. Right? Yeah, we need help. It's all right to say it. Now, they'll criticize me for that. How dare he say that? How dare he say that? No, I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say it. Somebody said to me the other day, "You're the most famous person in the world by far." I said, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." They said, "Yes, you are." I said, "No." They said, "Who's more famous?" I said, "Jesus Christ."
There you go. Yeah, that'll be about. I mean, what else can I say? I think that pretty much sums it up. Yeah. Let me go ahead and even though I thought it was quite funny saying that, Harris was ahead of Trump. That's kind of funny too. But I figure we'll go ahead and put a funny up here, so gives you guys something to laugh at. Here we go.
Well, it appears a man is recording and taking in the scenery here, the wrong kind of scenery. I thought he was actually trying to film the beach, but whatever. It looks like this was shot in 1963, possibly shot with a potato. But it appears this is the final minutes of this man's life. It's all over. Good night. And here they come. And by the looks of it, appears this man got sent straight into the depths of hell.
His wife caught him filming the wrong part of the beach. Yeah, I don't think he'll be filming any more of the beach anymore. You know, I got a new cat on my lap. Here I'll give you another funny, and this is a Trump funny, so it's even better. So let me go ahead and.
So many things about it. And Billy Ray Cyrus is here. Where's Billy Ray? He's around here someplace. And he's great. He's a conservative guy. Said, how did you get such a liberal daughter? How did that happen, Billy Ray?
Did you catch what he says?
Did you get such a liberal daughter? How did that happen, Billy?
He's talking about Miley. Yeah, sometimes he has some good ones. Let me go ahead and put this one up here, this news story. And this was interesting story here. This is a What Life gave me this story, and I thought it was really interesting. Horror as United Airlines flight is diverted mid-air due to passengers' disgusting act. Yeah, let me go ahead and play the video here. Make sure you guys can see it. Okay. Right here.
To the doctor, and I talked to the crew, and sounds like it's quite bad back there. It's still really bad. The crew is vomiting, and passengers all around are asking for masks, pardon me, etc. And it sounds like I think 20-minute flight to Cleveland is probably the better option instead of going an hour and 40 to straight ahead to Boston. Especially with it kind of being a biohazard. I think we need to probably get this plane on the ground ASAP.
Yeah, Boston-bound United Airlines flight was diverted Sunday after both passengers and crew began vomiting due to a passenger-involved biohazard incident that forced emergency landing in nation's capital. United Airlines flight 2477 departed from Houston at 9:39 a.m. Sunday, designated for Boston, but was forced to reroute when customers became sick, their airline told dailymail.com. The plane, Boeing 737, was diverted to Washington Dulles International Airport, landing at 1:36, according to FlightWare. Especially with this kind of biohazard, I think we need to get this plane on the ground ASAP. A pilot on board said to air traffic control, despite the onboard drama known of the 155 passengers or 6 crew members required medical assistance after the plane landed. Where's the rest of it? The crew is vomiting and the passengers all around asking for masks, etc. I talked to the crew. It sounds like it was quite bad back there. The aircraft is currently undergoing a deep clean, and we are working on to get customers back on their way to Boston soon. The flight shows the aircraft is set to leave Dulles and continue its journey to Boston at 3:40. A biohazard event is generally classified as exposure to a biological substance such as feces, vomit, or blood that could harm a person's health. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but yeah, pretty nasty stuff. Hey, Crazy, how's it going?
Good morning.
Well, you just know when to come in, don't you?
I'm sorry.
At least it wasn't runny eggs. Oh, yeah. And here's another story. Not that one. Where's it at?
I'm gonna make a coffee while you're looking for your story.
Okay. Oh, there it is. This is another story from What Life. Pretty interesting, and I'll show you this video. Oh, let's go to big screen there. Dragonflies swarm beachgoers at Rhode Island's beach here. Let me go ahead and play these. These are all dragonflies.
Of stunned sunbathers along Rhode Island as a swarm of dragonflies takes over a local beach there. The wild scene happened yesterday at Mesquamaket Beach. While some people were in awe of this natural wonder, you can obviously hear others who are just a little freaked out by the swarm. Scientists say the common green darner usually migrates between mid-August and mid-September. Some people just packing it up, like fold up the chairs, let's go. They explain that the massive amount of dragonflies in the ocean state could be because of that migration going through that area. No, thank you.
No.
I would maybe wait it out. I mean, you're all the way there. You know it's got to end.
Could you imagine the seagulls? They'd be like, wait, what's going on?
I know.
Usually it's the seagulls I'm worried about.
Yeah, that's...
Yep. My stepdaughter was at that beach yesterday. She called us in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's freaky. There's a lot of flying creatures there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, because she was at Newport, Rhode Island, and then went down to where that happened. Yeah. It's right down the road, pretty much. That's funny. They all freaked out. She said everybody was freaking out. She's like, if you just sat still, they went away within like 20, 30 minutes. They were gone. They were just migrating, doing their thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Never know. It might have been one of those dragonflies.
I know, right? My grandson was like, look, we're taking home the dragons. He kept on saying.
Yeah.
Let's
see what else we got here. Oh, I thought this was in it. Let me go ahead and mute it ahead of time so I don't get in trouble. Let's go ahead and play this. Let's go full screen. Whoops. Yeah, let me go ahead and back it up so you can see it. Car decides to go in front of a street cleaner
That's not very nice.
to park. And he's just driving. I'll wait a while before I pull over and park for this guy. Guy's got his door open. I'm down here. And he finally parks at a no parking area at that.
Where was that at?
I'm not sure where it's at. Probably somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Looks like Boston too.
It might be.
Boston.
Yeah. Be Mitch, be surprised. You can actually get in trouble for banners. So I'm trying to stay away from as much trouble as I can get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to talk to you later.
And B, kind of funny you mentioned that, because that is our next story, if I can find it.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd it go? Oh, here it is.
Morning, everybody. In chat. Like half a week.
Yeah, truck carrying lithium batteries which power electric vehicles, if we didn't know that, catches fire and shuts down major California highway for days. Yes, and there's no need for me to put a video on here because there's been it's all over the news. But this again, this was shut down for days. There were vehicles that ran out of gas waiting.
So it looks like apocalyptic highway, right?
Oh yeah, it was. And that would have been a perfect time to record something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Movie producers go out there and say, "Hey, let's fly a helicopter out there and land and get some shots of this," because there's people in the videos that they looked down and it was far as they could see. It was everybody was just
which is
stuck
usually
there.
just, yeah, which is usually just like the movies.
Yeah.
Wow. Like they don't have enough trouble going on in California with all the fires and stuff too. Now they got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this actually, you'd be surprised how much that happens. And some of these cargo ships they'll wait and put batteries at the very top, and they'll be tied down to where if they do catch fire, they can just drop it into the ocean. Because even when these things catch fire, if they get dropped in the ocean, they'll sink and still be on fire under the water. That's how hard it is. You need an actual another chemical to put on these to stop them from burning.
That foamy chemical stuff that they usually have, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
And what are we using electric vehicles right now? Maybe 2% of the population, if that, I would say. And that's given a lot. Why is this such a thing? I'm all for, cleaner energy and all that stuff, but you have to go in stages. You don't go in and put everybody in electric cars when you can't even go a summer without our power getting shut off because everybody's using the AC. Or
a lot of people that
winter
bought the
storm.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people that
It's
bought the cars, they complained about not getting the rebates back that they were so quote unquote promised. They can't find a place to plug in. When it
yeah.
gets too cold out, they can't use the car because the batteries freeze up when it gets cold out, like every battery does.
Yeah, there's certain spots that it's supposed to be set up to where you can go from one side to the other side on plug it in and stuff.
Mhm.
There are sections that if it's hot that day or something, you have to use the air conditioning more or something like that.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not going to make it to that next charging station.
Yep.
What are you to do? Carry a generator with you with gas. And you'd be surprised how many people do that has to travel certain areas.
Yep.
And if we were to go, maybe 10% of the population using electric cars right now, it wouldn't happen because of our grid, and we can't produce enough electricity to
Right.
charge.
And
So
if you get those car to install the plugs at your home, people thought it was going to be cheap, but no, they
Yeah.
get the car and then it costs like about half the price of a house to install the your own charger station in your own home.
Not to mention that the insurance goes up when you install those.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So instead of being easier for everybody, it's made nothing but a giant headache.
Oh yeah.
A major problem. And it just shows you right there, like what Bushcraft said, they load them on the top. So if they set on fire or something happens, they get dumped in the ocean and they're still still on fire. And you need another chemical to put it out. So there you go. There's two chemicals that are bad, that are already bad for the environment,
Yeah, and like how many power stations are still using coal and natural gas?
Right.
It's still using fossil fuel.
Mm-hmm.
You can make up little things that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We have no say in it. It's the big money people.
Yep.
But thought I'd put this one up here. Yeah. Most Americans want Biden to resign now. And it's another poll, but this one's kind of believable, but when he's gone, who takes over?
Right.
And I really do think this will happen about a month, next month, so forth. Even though money has trickled into Harris's account for the campaign and stuff, that whole thing is fishy all by itself. And
well, I think a lot of people want it to happen because they want to see how she's going to run the country before election, so that way they can make up their minds.
Yeah,
they want to see what it's going to be.
They should know by the I mean,
right.
When you ask somebody, and there's still all these people that say, and it's what they hear in the media, because Trump is going to ruin democracy. That's their thing. And you ask them how. Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Then why did you say it? Because you heard it somewhere.
Right. They're like deer in headlight when they ask that question.
Yeah.
They can't answer it. And that's what I mean. Like, I bet you that, well, obviously it's mostly the people that haven't realized that they're actually doing harm to everybody, but
it's what
you
they
know.
hear off of social media
Yep.
or, the media.
Yep.
Crooked media.
Yep.
Oh, I better say it right, or
I know,
somebody
that's
will
why I
make fun of me. Cricket.
That's why I was.
Y'all know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
At least Trump didn't go. The thing.
That thing.
But Fetterman test positive for the thing.
Mm-hmm.
After busy week in D.C., including attending the Netanyahu address.
Who just visited who?
Yep.
Yep.
So I wonder
how
if who's got it and who doesn't now.
Yep. I wonder how Netanyahu is feeling. Mm-hmm.
So, well, it depends. I mean, what vitamins are people taking, or if they're juiced up or not. And we know who is juiced up and who is not. I mean, they made a big deal of it. Oh, here goes another booster. Give it to me,
Yep.
Yeah.
See what 101 said?
Huh. I was kind of, yeah. Hope you have good full coverage, because you're going to come out and see key marks and things on your vehicle, probably just because you have bumper stickers.
If you can get those dashboard cams that turn on and start recording when the car's bumped into while it's locked up.
Yeah.
You don't say, he says.
Yeah, and it's a shame that something irritates somebody so bad that they do that just because of a sticker on somebody's car. Now, it could be something very bad and inappropriate type stuff on the back of a vehicle, and they won't say nothing about it. But a Trump sticker, that's horrible stuff.
Yeah, right, P. Chapman. No, but still, it shouldn't happen.
Oh,
we don't
yeah.
know it's going to happen, but it shouldn't happen because we don't do it to them. Well, that we know of.
Yeah.
There are some, people that do. It's vice versa, but still, that's not right to vandalize somebody's personal vehicle. No.
Yeah.
That's taking it to home right there, and that can be real tough.
It's the way it's supposed to. You're supposed to be in this country because freedom to express yourself, and the other person can have an opinion about it, but you're not supposed to. Anyway, San Francisco officials urge people to wear face masks indoors 4 years after the thing happened again.
Wow.
Yeah, they're still at it. They still got to get that, that fear. Gotta. If one thing's not working, if bird flu's not working, then bring back the big C.
Yep.
Which in that area, it is on the rise by, I think they said 38% from previous summer or previous June and July area. It's went up 38%. Who knows why? Is it, they get enough sun there. I mean, their vitamin D should be way up, but how much of how much does getting juice affect that? And that state has had a big number that took the juice.
Yep. They were higher than us in Boston area.
Yeah,
And we were one that was right hand in hand with them,
Yeah. And this is just a side story I thought was interesting to go ahead and put up here. Yeah, Princess Leia's bikini costume from the set of Star Wars movie sells at auction for $175,000.
That's low. I would have paid more. Hey, for
You would have paid more?
Yeah, because it's iconic,
Yeah.
Not to wear it, but keep it on the mannequin. I ain't gonna wear that.
But the thing is, they had hundreds of these.
Yeah.
So is this the actual one?
That's what I mean. Like, if it was the actual one, because they used several
Well,
throughout
that's
the
not-
movie.
Gold bikini costume that Carrie Fisher wore as Princess Leia, and that's the thing. She wore different ones of these. Yeah, and if you ever heard the stories and stuff, how do I put this? Everybody got to see what was under it. I'll put it that way, because
right,
malfunction after malfunction during the filming of and that was weeks of filming. So you can just imagine how annoying this outfit was for her.
Mm-hmm.
But 175,000.
That's not bad for a prop.
Yeah. I was going to do that Harris
Slurpee
thing,
was.
but yeah.
What Life said Slurpee was. My eyes are now starting to focus. Yay.
Let's see. Yeah, no, we'll go ahead and put some Israel news on here. Last chance to prevent war with Lebanon, Israel. As many of you may know, they did bomb Israel, not a military type of target or anything. They took out a kids soccer field.
Yep.
And children and parents were deleted, so to say. Again, nobody likes to see things like that and whatnot. Now, it according to the world right now that we live in, it's okay for the other countries to do this, but when Israel defends itself, they're the bad guy in this. Why is that? Why is it okay for Hamas, the big T people, bad people, go in and do horrible things to women and children and stuff, and it's okay, but when Israel fights back, it's people protest about it. So yeah, they're, like I said, they're on the verge of another war there, and makes you wonder why are they picking on poor little Israel. Yeah. And I'm sure you guys seen this, but it's still pretty good. And it's only less than 2 minutes long, so let's go ahead and oops. Pop that up there. Pretty good speech. I mean, I'd rather watch his speech than and again, try not to focus on the lady with the gray shirt. Please don't wear buttons, and if you have buttons, at least make sure they're even. That irritated me. I'm like
crazy.
Pull one up. Here we go.
I saw the other day Kamala Harris question my loyalty to this country. That's the word she used, loyalty. And it's an interesting word, simplify, loyalty, because there is no greater sign of disloyalty to this country than what Kamala Harris has done at our southern border. And I'd like to ask the Vice President, what has she done to question my loyalty to this country? I served in the United States Marine Corps. I went to Iraq for this country. I built a business for this country. And my running mate took a bullet for this country. So my question to Kamala Harris is, what the hell have you done to question our loyalty to the United States of America? And the answer, my friends, is nothing. So let's send a message to the media. Let's send a message to Kamala Harris. Let's send a message to every hardworking patriot from Minnesota across the country. We are ready to have President Donald J. Trump back, and we're going to work our tails off to make sure it happens. God bless you all. Thank you. And thank you for having me, Minnesota, a great state.
Okay. Music's on. But that poor lady, that was all over Twitter, by the way.
Where is she? Pointing out the one in the front?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see her now. Yeah, I thought so. I wasn't paying attention when you pointed out the first one.
Well, when Trump was speaking, they were lopsided, so which made it even more awkward.
Mm-hmm.
We was watching on 101s. I forget. I think it was Grace or Chrissy Cat said, "I wish that lady would sit down," and she wouldn't sit down.
Such a distraction, yeah. Oh, he said what's true. All that Kamala has said is like another witch hunt against Trump.
Yeah.
You know, because of what she used to do. Well, your job wasn't obviously that good because you weren't there for that long.
But lives matter.
Lives matter.
and what was even worse is that when she stood up after she adjusted, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
The buttons hit the light.
Oh.
That they kind of were glowing. People were saying flashlights and headlights and all kinds of stuff in on Twitter. I was like, that poor lady's never going to go to another rally again.
I know. Or at least sit in the front.
Yeah, I seen that also. That's
mm-hmm.
Wait to see how that turns out.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to mention, the Olympics, but I had to. Just because of the ceremony, the opening ceremony and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
There was people supposed to, athletes supposed to swim in this stuff. Now,
Yeah.
I do have a video of them cleaning out this river, and they rent bicycles, these electric bicycles, to get around Paris and stuff around this area.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is, instead of taking it to the next checkout station, they throw it into this river. Let me see if I can actually find that.
101 said, did someone say flashlights?
Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Okay, it's going to let me put it up here too. Now look at this.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, this
Really?
right here. Those are the bikes that they've been taking out of this. Now, what do those bikes run on? Batteries, lithium batteries. Now,
And then one of them swimming in that. Mm.
yeah, as you can tell, training and everything's been canceled. But the fact is, they're still going to have to get in this water to do this. Now, the reason why this is bad all of a sudden is because, nature, I'll put it this way, nature, I'll say it's something else, but decided if you're going to mock God, let it rain. And it rained and rained through the whole ceremony. Not to mention, after the ceremony was done, the lights went out in Paris.
Yep.
So now they have to cancel the swimming training sessions and all kinds of stuff because of this. And I'm like, how did the rain do this? And no, it wasn't the rain. It's that. And this, and he pulls these bikes out left and right out of it. So you can imagine what them bikes getting taken out of there. Let me mute that. How much of the batteries are still in there? Because he's just not picking them up and all the gunk and everything with it. He's kind of wringing it out, letting the stuff fall.
Yeah, see, he's dipping them so he gets most of the crap off of it.
Yeah.
The yucky stuff, yeah. The other yucky stuff. But look, like, and some of them are like, oh, save the waters, save this and that, and look at their own waters and stuff.
Yep.
It's gross.
But let me go.
You need like 10 tetanus shots before you even touch that water. I wouldn't want to swim in it either. I'd be like, nope, you can take me on.
People fish in that water, and
that's no. Oh. Imagine the magnet fishing though. You get all these bikes.
Oh, you probably couldn't, because you couldn't pick it up with all that junk in there.
Yeah.
And every bridge is like this. They just toss them in there. They see a bike that's not locked up. They take it and toss it in the river.
That's so like irresponsible.
Yeah.
And not nice at all. I mean, there.
And speaking of, and I don't even think I'm going to play the video or anything, but yeah, this is our First Lady of our United States. One of the things that In God We Trust.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying how much it was spectacular and oh, I loved it and everything. She's talking about the ceremony at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did a poll, you know, there's a poll for everything of how many people enjoyed it. And it was like 90 some percent that thought it was disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But our first lady liked it. And that there says it. And I was going to play the video, but there's no need. It's
self-explanatory in the title.
Yeah.
Yep, right. I agree with Dana. Yep.
Now there has been videos surfacing, not much, and there have been reports that are getting scrubbed that athletes were disgusted. Some of them didn't even know this was going on. They were on these floats floating down the river and all that stuff, and they didn't know half the stuff that was going on. But when they found out, they were very disgusted about it. There were groups of athletes praying together, and we really need to kind of focus on that there instead of the negative part of it.
Yep.
Because you can't condemn the whole thing because of France, and that's the major people involved in this is that committee that because it is France's job to put on this, and the Olympic board supposed to approve this. I don't know if it was done or not or any of that stuff, but you have a lot of these younger generation kids and athletes that are being looked bad upon. A lot of them had nothing to do with this. It's not the athlete's fault that a group of individual evil people did this stuff. And I feel bad for the actual majority of the athletes that are looked upon bad because of what Paris did and the Olympic board or whatever that okays this stuff. And I'm finding out more and more stuff about this. That group of people that did the Last Supper thing.
Oh, I saw that on
Butch something another, or Brenda Butch, or whatever that name of that person is. I don't even like calling them a person, but they have satanic tattoos all over them. And after it was over, there's videos of evil chants. And again, I'm not going to play any of that stuff because it's just evil and don't want no part of it. But
no, you don't.
The fact that it's so blatant out there that they do this in public and everything, it's sickening.
Horrible. Exactly. It's sickening.
But again, I'm gonna say this before we close off here. Don't put the athletes in the same boat. Just because it's Olympics means the whole thing. the whole Olympics isn't bad. It's that group of people
Mhm.
that's head of the Olympics and the French people that put this on, the committee and stuff. The poor athletes are being shunned and all kinds of stuff. It's horrible for them. And they, like I said, they're a lot of their interviews and stuff are being scrubbed. It's
Mhm.
very hard to find this stuff because it's being removed.
Yep.
Anyways, guys, it's a little after 10.
Mhm.
But I want to thank everybody for hanging out.
Sorry, it was like
I'll be back on at 7 tonight. Not sure what I'm going to talk about tonight, but make sure you come back tonight at 7 o'clock.
Mhm.
And we'll be back here again tomorrow morning. And everybody have a blessed week, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace out.
Happy
Love y'all.
Monday.
Happy Monday.